Hey class, this is Jamie Castillo, and this is my video response for week 8. So congratulations everybody, we're almost at the end. Just wanted to say that out first. But going into the discussion, it said what were our takeaways and what are we going to continue to learn or explore after this class. So my biggest takeaways was going over the social class. It was interesting for me as a person who, I feel like I'm so far in debt because of school. I work 2 jobs and I'm like barely making it. Different little things. It's easy for everyone to complain. I talked to this about with my boyfriend and with my friends, and it's very easy to be like, I don't have anything, when in reality we have so much. Like, I'm sitting in front of a Starbucks going to do this homework, and I have the privilege, 1, to go to school, and 2, to go to a Starbucks to do homework. I'm driving a really nice car. I have a roof over my head. And there's so many people out there that don't have that. When it comes to sports, realizing just how difficult it is to succeed in sports, knowing that, reading in the text, athletes are on one side doing extremely well. They're making so much money. They're signing these $1 million contracts. But once they're done, a lot of them are just done. They don't have enough money to do anything else. They start, realizing that they're part of the middle class again, and understanding that's really hard. Also understanding that all around the world there's a lot of people who don't have the ability to play soccer with regular, inflated soccer balls or nice fields. People who are swimming, they don't have that option. It also, even though I already knew this as well, there's a huge demographic separation, I guess, in different sports. For swimming specifically, because I'm a swimmer, it was something that, not that it opened my eyes, I had already known. We would always make jokes. I have a friend who's African American, and she was the only one on our team. And so we would not that we would make fun of her, but we would definitely poke fun at the fact that we had an African American girl on our team for water polo or for swimming, and that made us special, because African Americans don't usually swim. That's just how we did it. But taking this class kind of made me realize, 1, I shouldn't joke about that at all, and then 2, going into, well, why is that? Why is it? It's not just a stereotype. It's not just saying, they don't swim because they don't like it, or they're afraid of water, or anything like that. It's going into, reading into it. Back during segregation, African Americans were not allowed to use the pool, so they didn't swim. So if they didn't swim, they didn't teach their children how to swim. And it's still kind of going on today, where maybe there's not, and at least in California, we don't have a huge segregated community, but if you go into Tennessee, it's night and day. You have one street that's primarily Caucasian, and then you go down another street and it's primarily African American, and then there's really no Hispanic people out there. So going around just in America, that's a huge challenge. And why are different races attracted to different sports? So those, for me, were biggest takeaways. And I think because I work at a YMCA, where I do work with a lower income population, in the sense that that's who we're serving, we don't hit the middle class as often. We either have upper class individuals who are coming in because they know that the YMCA does a lot of donations, and then but then those donations trickle down to our lower class families. So where the middleman is pretty much eliminated for the most part, we do have strong upper class, strong lower class, and it's kind of understanding where that is, what's the demographic that I serve, how as a coach can better understand the social class and the economy in which my sports are ran. So that was really big. Moving forward, though, what I would continue to explore, I think going into transgender and women's rights, and just pretty much gender rights in sports, how that's going to play a factor moving forward. We have so much advanced technology today where people are able to change their gender. They're able to become somebody else, and understanding and knowing how, if somebody's changing their gender for the sake of bettering themselves at a sport, is that allowed? Is that something that we can be okay with? Or are they choosing to do that because it's truly how they feel? What are the standards? What are the qualifications? I think that's going to be a huge thing for everyone in sports. If we're going to be administrators, or we're going to be athletic coaches or athletic trainers, we need to know how to address this in the future, knowing what is right and what is wrong, or what is doing the right and what is, being harmful and helpful, and understanding that. Sorry, I took a pause. I blanked, but pretty much just, I think that's going to be a huge topic in which I feel that every one of us are going to really have to explore more, because it's ever changing. It's something that's not just in the past, where, segregation is something in the past. We're still changing, we're still growing, we're still learning about how we can make the economy better, how to make the middleman a little bit larger, the middle class, a little bit larger in that sense, and not having such a huge gap between middle and upper, or middle and lower, things like that. But transgender rights and that LGBTQ community is something that's going to be really important to learn about, and especially in what classifies gender. As we get into more technology, I think it's a huge factor in what we're going to have to be aware of as coaches. But that's pretty much it. That's what I'm going to learn, and those are my biggest takeaways. I was so excited that I got to work with all of you guys, and I hope you do amazing in this last week of school and have a great break, and I look forward to hearing from all of you guys in September. Have a good day. Bye.